All right, Lord Cognito here, Iron Lords Podcast, lordsofgaming.net. And who is this fine gentleman in the realm today?
Hi, my name is Mitch Chapman. I'm from Zodiac Interactive and Jolly Roger.
Jolly Roger, all right. So tell us about this game. What is the name of this game right here, Lost Island? Tell us about this.
Sure, yeah. So Lost Islands, it's a kind of a concept that we're working on. We're trying to fuse the large-scale multiplayer aspects of like the Battle Royale genre, with also aspects of other games like, say, Sea of Thieves and that kind of experience.
Okay.
So what we want to do is not encourage players to just kill each other, but also to meet each other on the battlefield and maybe make an alliance and work together and, you know, try and meet your goals through that kind of aspect.
So almost like a Battle Royale meets Sea of Thieves, as far as not necessarily having to attack every single person you come in contact with?
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, like, there will be players who will just want to do that, and that's totally fine. You can play the game that way. But we have a mechanic where you can wave at another player, and if they wave back at you, you make an alliance.
Gotcha, so it's like an automatic friend zone.
Exactly, yeah. Now, there's nothing to stop you from then betraying your friend further down the line if you want to do that.
We have infamy. I like infamy.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get closer. Let's get into this, man. This looks pretty cool. This looks pretty cool. So tell us right now what's going on as far as where he's at in this stage of the game.
Yeah, so we're kind of heading towards the late game now. You can see in the top right corner of the screen there's the icon for the ship.
Yes.
And it's got a time on it.
Yes.
And what that means is the ship will reach its destination at that time, and you're going to have to get to the ship to get like an extraction.
Gotcha.
Now I do have to say at this point, because this is a very early build of the game, it's possible we're going to see some crazy bugs here.
Gotcha. Okay.
This game is riddled with bugs right now.
Disclosure, full disclosure.
Full disclosure, yeah. Now, luckily, most of the bugs we've encountered have been hilarious. Like really bizarre stuff. Like
fun bugs are good.
Fun bugs are good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's kind of where we're at right now.
Awesome. So we're learning the control system here. So again, give us some time. All right. So Lost Island, give us like a time frame. I'm noticing some medieval, but you know, because we at Iron Lord Podcast, we love medieval style games. We love that time, but we're huge fans. We're lords. So give us a little bit background of this time frame.
Yeah, so the dev team Jolly Roger, this is their first game, but they have worked on other games as other dev teams before they formed Jolly Roger, and they're very much interested in that kind of medieval melee warfare, that kind of like cold weapon combat. That's kind of their area of expertise.
Gotcha.
So what they wanted to do is showcase a game.
I'll film. You can play.
No.
No, go for it, man. Let's just keep going. If you want to jump in, you want to co-pilot, go right in, man. Go for it. I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so the idea behind the game is there's like 3 ancient factions. It's the like ancient Europeans, ancient Japanese, and ancient Chinese. Now, ordinarily, maybe these factions wouldn't have met throughout history, but it's kind of like a fantasy where we're saying, you know, their naval forces collided at a certain point, and they became shipwrecked on an island, and that's where the whole kind of premise
Thus,
for the game
Lost Island, the concept, the name.
Exactly.
And then again, these factions that normally wouldn't come in contact with each other based on time period, but we get to interact with them there. Almost get a little For Honor vibe.
There's a little bit
of that. A little bit there.
A little bit of that, yeah. I mean, the previous games that this team worked on have also been compared to the likes of For Honor, but it's really because of the historical accuracy that they go for. The studio actually is based in China, and for all the weapons that they design in the game, they also design the weapons like in reality.
Okay.
And then they go like and like use those weapons on mannequins and stuff to get an idea for like the feel and the weight, so that it can be modeled into the game.
Awesome. Now, as far as player count, what are we looking at on that style?
Okay. So for PAX, we're looking at a player count of 16, but the full game is going to have a much higher player count than that.
What are we targeting possibly? Maybe 32, 64?
Even up to 80 players.
Oh, we going there.
Yeah, we're heading towards like Battle Royale territory, but we still need to balance that because we want to make sure the game is fun. We want to encourage like the team play aspect rather than just a free-for-all where everyone is killing everyone else.
Okay, now here we go with some naval action here. Now tell us about that aspect of the game. Is there naval combat? Is there ship-to-ship combat?
There is ship-to-ship combat. Now this particular ship is the exfil ship, so this is the big one that it's heading towards its destination. When it stops, you'll be able to climb aboard, and then you have to survive until it actually leaves, because other players, of course, are going to do the same thing. If you look right here, we've got a player in a boat.
Gotcha.
So he's kind of like got the advantage right now. We've actually got 2 players. We've got another boat there as well.
Gotcha.
So those guys could engage in warfare. There's cannons on those ships.
So this is the Sea of Thieves element I like.
Exactly. And this is why it's good to have like a teammate, because you can't fire the cannon like just by yourself. You need to have the rudder and got your buddy over there with the cannon. So that's where like the advantages come into play.
So let me ask you this. Now, I know you said about player count. Now, about coming into the game, like, can you come in as a squad? Can you like? Is it like teams of 4, or is it everyone individual when they come in, and then you have the option to form the alliances? Is it that style?
Yeah. So right now it's the latter. Everyone comes in individually, and that's where we put the emphasis on. Okay, you want to be part of a team?
Right.
Let's try and encourage that.
Right.
I do feel though that once the game goes live, we will include those options where you can come in as pre-made team, because of course people want to play with their friends.
Yeah,
so we don't want to, like,
I'm the lord of the cooperative experience, so I was hoping that you might say, you know, 3 to 4 player. I was just hoping, but I'm glad you said that as a potential target.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. This is awesome, man. Love the engine. Now, as far as our game engine, what are we using right now for game engine?
Yeah, so Unreal Engine 4 is what's powering the game right now. Yeah.
Right now, what is this tornado thing going on in the back?
Yeah, so we got a tornado here. Now the tornado is going to have more of an impact in the final version, but in this, just for PAX, we have it more as just like a visual flare. So you can walk right into that. You're not going to be damaged.
Right.
It's just going to affect your vision.
Right.
But in the final version, you do not want to be near that tornado. It's going to be, when you see that coming, you want to be heading in the opposite direction.
Gotcha. Now, I know we mentioned aspects of Battle Royale, and most Battle Royale games have that whole mechanic of closing in, right? And so will this game will Lost Island have any of that?
No, so it doesn't have the kind of decreasing circle that you've got to stay in. However, you will see on the map there are circles that do decrease.
Yes.
You don't have to be in those, but those mark like really amazing treasure that'll boost your wealth.
Okay.
And the reason that's important is because the rescue ship, it's a special type of rescue ship. It only rescues the rich people. You know, so it's one of those guys.
This discriminatory rescue ship. What's going on here?
I'm not for that at all, but that's what we've ended up with. But yeah, so if you want to get an edge, you can like, you know, follow those circles, and you can like unearth those treasure chests, or you can just get a gun and wait for someone else to do it, and then just pick them off.
All right, I like it. And again, end game as far as like, you know, give me definition like of what you're trying to shoot for as far as end game with this.
So with the end game, like obviously the rounds, it's kind of like Battle Royale type rounds where it's 25 minutes to half an hour.
Gotcha.
And the end game is going to be when you get aboard that ship, because there's only one exfil ship. So every other player is going to be heading towards that ship too. So what we found here at the PAX demo is we've had some really exciting standoffs on the ship where the guys who've reached it first, they don't know, okay, will these new players, are they going to board the ship, are they going to attack me? Should I attack them first?
Right.
And there's these really cool dynamics that form, and we've had some epic battles aboard the ship as the ship is trying to leave, you know, so that's kind of the end game there, and multiple people can get out alive. So like I say, it's not, you know, last player standing, but only the one with like the highest wealth count will be the one who wins.
Gotcha, man. Very ambitious title, man. I like. Now, how far along are we in development right now?
Okay, so we're not even a year, I would say. We're probably closer to like 9 or 10 months at this point, and that kind of explains a lot of the jankiness.
We get the jank out. It's early. It's early PAX. And as far as platforms, what are we looking at? I know right now PC, but what are we looking for? Is it PC only, or?
No, it's not PC only. Sony are very interested in the game, and they've helped us out a lot in China. They actually showcased the game as part of their China conference. So yeah, it will be on PlayStation 4 as well as PC.
Nice.
We still have a long way to go, and kind of like that's why we showcase these games at PAX, because we get a lot of great feedback. Very early in the development cycle, and that helps us incorporate that into the game. So, yeah. I
want to give you guys a lot of credit, because on that aspect, a lot of devs sometimes are afraid. In this gaming culture, a lot of people are afraid to put out early product. So I got to give you fearlessness in that regard.
I wouldn't say fearlessness. There was a lot of trepidation. Like we were up at like 3:30 in the morning at the booth, just trying to like play the game, make sure the game works, and we were very worried that people would play it, see the jankiness, and be like, okay, I don't want any part of that. But I think PAX players are quite savvy in the fact that they realize that there's the game is here, and they can see beyond the bugs and look at the experience, because they know that the bugs are going to be ironed out, and that the language difficulties are going to be overcome.
Absolutely. Again, my only criticism, small critiques, would be obviously, I know there's bugs and janks. We see if, you know, the water physics, you know, maybe a little work there. But as far as how ambitious this game is, it's a lot going on. So I have to take that into consideration. Now, real quick, combat now.
So we got some melee combat here. So this is kind of the end game on the ship. So the players, they're just going to fight it out as opposed to try and coexist here. So we've got some bloody battles going on.
All right.
There is a little bit of lag that you might notice right now, so that's one of the issues we want to iron out. But you can see here we got some bloody combat going on.
MJ out here killing, out here slaying for the booty. This is awesome, man. Again, Lost Islands, man, looking good. Very early stages. We're liking what we're seeing, man. And again, early in development. Long-term target, possibly end of 2019, maybe 2020. What are we looking at?
Yeah, so we're hoping the end of this year, but again, like we've really got to work on, you know, polishing the game, getting rid of all the bugs, really kind of finessing the vision that we've got for it. So absolutely. I don't want to say for definite, but hopefully the end of the year.
Hopefully end of the year.
Yeah.
Look, Lost Island, man, looks great. Absolute pleasure. Thanks for taking the time.
No worries.
Iron Lord Podcast, man.
Thank you
Thanks
very
a lot.
Cheers.
Peace.